Hi, and welcome back to the Unscheduled podcast. I'm your host, Javi, and today I'm joined by my friend, the Golazo, El Mas Chingon, my friend Zach.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're back.
Yes, this is part two of the episode we actually made for part episode 21.
Yeah. So, in a weird way, think about it like we've started a new season. Like, I say that like the podcast is going to be in seasons, but it's almost kind of like that. Like you're starting to see our transitions per like when we do this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like, I guess this is our first time once again for something new that we're trying. So, we're doing a part two to Javi. If you want to let him know what we're doing.
Yes, so yesterday, yes, yesterday, as of the time
Yeah,
of this
at the
recording,
time of this
we,
recording, it was yesterday.
yeah, we actually recorded part one of this series that we're doing of where we're actually looking at foods that we haven't tried from sort of like the Latin sort of sections of supermarkets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, you can get most of these at your local Latin store if you have one nearby.
mm,
If not, maybe Amazon, but I doubt you want to order this stuff from Amazon, really, in my opinion.
I would not order food from Amazon.
No,
I don't know. That's
no,
just me personally.
not unless it's like maybe snack like the preserved snacks and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a discussion for a whole different day, though.
yeah, but I mean, I don't
But
know about you,
yeah,
Zach, but I'm hammering to get into these snacks.
yeah, dude, I'm excited to get to these snacks, but just real quick, like I was looking over these snacks and I'm just like, wow, these are really some things like you wouldn't expect to see every day, but also they look so similar but are so different at the same time.
No, yeah. We could talk about this a bit more as like we actually, eat the foods, but each of
Yeah,
these foods have like their own, flavor profiles and also their own like separate textures too, which is really interesting. So
yeah,
that's
no
part of the
kidding.
appeal. So yeah.
Yeah. So same rules apply as we did yesterday. This is going to be a one bite take. So we're gonna take one bite, consume that bite and everything. Then Javi and I are going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 100, and give our thoughts on what we would want, or what we give it, not so much what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Javi, if you care to kick it off.
Okay, so like Zach it's like Zach just said, we'll be taking one bite and we'll do that as a countdown. So Zach, if you're ready, I'm down.
Yeah. So what is this first thing we have here?
Oh, well, right, yeah. Should explain that. So this is called a tentacion, and it's essentially an orange flavored wafer. You can tell by sort of the waffle sort of texture on the top. And I actually found this in the Peruvian section of the local Latin supermarket that we actually we both frequent actually. And yeah, I actually found this right next to the alfajores, and I really wanted to get the alfajores, but I realized I don't know if Zach's already had that. So
Yeah. I've
um,
already had alfajores, so yeah.
Oh yeah, so we both had that, so that's kind of off the table. But yeah, these
Yeah.
basically, well, we neither of us have had this, right, Zach? I don't think you've had
No.
this.
I've never even seen
Yeah,
these before.
yeah. I haven't had this. So essentially, what this is like it's just a wafer with like orange flavoring, and I mean,
Yeah.
just off the bat, it smells pretty nice. It has like a nice orange, like artificial smell, which I kind of
Yeah.
appreciate.
Yeah.
And
It's very citrusy. It's not like the super strong like cleaning product citrus. It's more
mhm.
like what you would expect to get out of a cookie if it said it had like fruit with it.
Yeah, we're not like eating Lysol here. This is like an actual food product.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I this looks pretty good to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to try it. So, my rule of thumb for food is I will try anything once.
Fair enough. There are some
Yeah.
things I just can't really stomach. Like liver for me, like no matter how you prepare it, I'll never eat liver.
I've only had that. I think actually I've only had it maybe once or twice in my life.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, because I had it at our local hibachi place,
Right, yeah.
and so
Yeah.
I got invited there like years ago, and so they ordered I think it was chicken liver, and I
Yeah,
tried
it
it.
is
I
chicken
don't
liver.
really remember what it tastes like. I remember having it. I just don't remember the taste at all.
I think that's a good thing. Let me just say that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you liked it, or maybe you just didn't care about that much. Like maybe that's
Yeah.
why. But like, I know for me personally, I just cannot stand liver.
Yeah, I mean,
But
hey, the more power to you for knowing what you want and what you don't want.
yeah. But with that said, are you down to do the countdown, Zach?
Yeah, all right, yeah. If you want me to count us in, okay. So here we go. This is Tentacion, orange flavor. So get ready for it in three, two, one. Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
the cookie is definitely a lot like harder, I would say, than the ones we've had already.
I would say it's harder than a Goya, a
Yeah.
Maria cookie, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily hard. But I do see where you're getting at. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, for me, something that really jumped out immediately, especially after chewing on a bit, is that it has that same chalkiness, kind of to the cheeky
Yeah.
that
Yeah. That's
you
what I'm
pointed out.
realizing with these cookies. Like these
Yeah.
cookies are definitely a lot chalkier because
Hmm.
it's just so much dust that comes with them. And
Right.
once again, just like we did last episode, we also have our water here to help reset our palates.
Yes. Yeah.
Wash down any of this if we need it to.
Hmm. Yeah. As far as the actual flavor goes, I would say it was a lot milder than I expected it to be. I don't know about you.
Yeah, yeah. I would say the smell is definitely much stronger than the flavor.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely think it's that rare case where like, tasting, like smelling is tasting, but like you actually get like it's sort of downgrade when you actually bite into
Yeah.
it in terms of like the
If
actual, intensity of the flavor.
I wouldn't be surprised if they like spritzed the flavor over the cookie itself and then it just
Like
kind of sunk in with the dye. That would
yeah,
not
it's sort of
surprise me.
like yeah, kind of like perfuming it in a way, not really giving it too
Yeah,
much
yeah.
flavor. Yeah, no, I definitely see that. Um, I mean,
I mean,
as
I could see
far
this. No, go ahead, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, as far as like, you know, being an actual thing that I would like, eat, um, I would maybe consider this as like a last resort, compared to everything else we've had, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if we had Cheeky, the Maria cookies, and then well we had Jumex, so that doesn't really count. But Cheeky and then Maria cookies, this would probably be my third option, to be
This
honest.
would honestly like if they were all in a vending machine, this would probably be what's left over like when before
Right.
like they restock the vending machine and all that stuff. This
Hmm.
would probably be what's left over.
They don't even have to get a new shipment of Tentacion.
They really don't. I mean,
I
like
mean, it's fine. Like
maybe this has
it's
to go with something.
that's what I'm thinking is like a lot of these things you'll notice is like they go really well with coffee or some kind of hot beverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like
I
especially
would
Goya
definitely
goes amazing with coffee.
yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if this went with like a coffee or a tea,
Hmm.
but this is not something I'm like, "Oh, cool, I'll pick this up."
No, yeah. I mean, I definitely appreciate like kind of like I was saying yesterday with the Goy cookies. It's very
Yeah.
inoffensive. If you don't mind, artificial like citrus flavor. But at the same time, it's almost a little too like
I taste more of the
um
cookie than I do like the actual citrus flavor.
right. It's much more of like a vanilla flavor in my opinion, in a way. So
Like yeah, this is like vanilla cookie with orange scent.
yeah, yeah.
So,
So I
yeah,
mean,
like I don't know. It is not I honestly I think I would have preferred had it been just the actual orange just the actual cookie itself instead of like this
right.
supposedly orange flavor.
Yeah, because I mean, it's funny. Like, um, I feel like if you were to give this to someone, like blindfolded, and you didn't tell them what the flavor was supposed to be, I don't think they would
Yeah.
guess orange. You know what I mean?
No, no, I'm 100% with you on that. And like, maybe that's an idea for an episode or something there. I don't
I,
know.
I actually okay. So weird kind of tangent. One day I was in Bath and Body Works with my brother, and
Yeah.
we were looking at like the scents of the candles, and
Yeah.
I asked my brother, hey, what do you think this smells like? Without telling him, and he was like, oh, it's like, you know, oh, he's like, oh, it's like chamomile. I'm like, no, it's lavender.
Wow.
And then I proposed the idea to him, like we should do like an MTV style show where like you blindfold people, like a Febreze commercial, like
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
yeah.
literally blindfold someone and like you ask them like, hey, what does this taste like? and then you see how many people actually get it right. I think that'd be hilarious,
No,
honestly.
I've seen stuff like that. I've seen him like little bits on internet shows and stuff too. Like I
Hmm.
remember continuing this tangent real quick. I remember I went to a Yankee Candle with a couple of my friends, and we would just go around and be like, "Hey, what do you think this flavor is?" And then say
Exactly,
like the
right.
ridiculous names they have for some of them. Like I one of them
Bursting
that sticks
blueberry.
out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, no, no! I was just making a side comment. You can go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was just gonna say one of the ones that sticks out in my head the most is there was one called Ocean Sail, and it just
Huh.
kind of smelled like tap water.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I guess that's if that's. uh,
I'm just saying. I'm just calling it how it was for me. Okay.
yeah.
I will give it points for this.
Hmm.
Unlike the Goya and the Cheeky, this has less after chalkiness, I guess. Like I don't feel the dust as much in my throat.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, at least personally.
No, I think I actually agree with you there. Like, a lot of it actually dissolves a lot more in my mouth. Actually,
Yeah.
now I'm like thinking about it. Yeah. So I definitely agree there. In terms of scale, what are you thinking in terms of points?
Okay. So you want my score for this? If I had to give this a score, I would probably say this is maybe a 42 at best.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's bad.
Like you said, it's not something you would actively search for.
Right.
I'm not going to say I hate it,
Hmm.
but like if I'm only buying this if I need a snack
Right.
and this is the last thing in the vending machines, something like that.
Hmm. Right. I
Yeah,
think for
that
me personally, no, were you about to say something?
no, I'm just like that's where I would be.
Mm. Yeah, so for me personally, I don't know, 42 for me is like anything below 50. So like for me, when I think of like score, 50 for me is actually like way below average, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I would say these are like I said before, they're inoffensive, but they're not like they don't have the good qualities of a Maria cookie.
Yeah.
So I would say it's like a 55.
A 55. Wow. Yeah, that
It's fine. Yeah, but see the thing is like for me, something would have to be below for something to be 50 or below, it has to be bad. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that's just my way of thinking about it.
So on our scale, it's about an average of 48.5. So this is definitely the lowest one we've had.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know we haven't really been keeping up with the averages, but just, that's where we would be.
Yeah, no, but I mean I definitely say that's pretty fair. It's definitely average at best, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's it leaves an aftertaste that I'm just like, I don't need it. Like, I don't hate
Yeah,
it, but I don't need it either.
right.
Okay, so that was the Tentacion orange flavor. Who knows? Maybe a different flavor would be better, or like a plain or vanilla would be okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the next one you got for us?
All right, so you've probably seen if you've been on the internet over like the past few years and you follow like some sort of like foodies and stuff like that, you'll know about Takis. And Takis are essentially these
Yeah,
corn chips that are rolled up to look kind of like a flauta in a way. If you
yeah,
know what a
yeah.
flauta is. And they're rolled up to look like that, and they're covered in this dust. Most of the time it's chili powder, it might be cayenne or something else, but it's generally spicy. That's what it's known for.
So
It's
yeah,
either it's either oh sorry, you
no,
gonna
no,
say
no. Go
something?
ahead. Continue. Continue.
I was just gonna say it's either, that spicy mix, and then it also usually also comes with a lime sort of like, flavoring as well.
Right, right. Yeah, that's so. People may have seen this that like there have been. I don't want to say it's an internet challenge, but I'd say it's been a slight trend.
It's a trend for sure, I feel
Yeah,
like.
and we talked about this before on the podcast that like, they talked about how like they suddenly discovered Takis, and
Right,
then we
discovering
talked
Taki,
about this
right.
on essentially what was Latino Cast,
Hmm.
and we were like, no, this is something we've known for years. Like this is nothing new to us.
Right, exactly. Like it's funny you mentioned that. Like until 2 years ago, I would say like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I was kind of the same position as you, where I actually didn't know about Jumex. I didn't know about
Really?
Takis, in the same way you didn't know about Jumex until like a few weeks ago.
Really, really. I mean, that's interesting. Maybe for me, because I've seen Takis everywhere when I grew up.
Hmm.
So like any Latin market or international market, I always found them. So
No, it's more for me like I just never had an interest in it. Like no one
yeah,
ever told
no,
me
that's
like,
fair.
hey,
That's
like
fair.
no one ever was like, hey, you want some Takis? I was like
Yeah,
no one ever did that. I just never saw it to be honest.
yeah.
But I
No,
knew
no,
I
I
knew
get it.
of
I get
it.
it. Like I remember for me, before I ever started eating Takis, they were the hot fries. Like those were the
Hmm.
things I would eat.
My dad would always buy hot fries when he went to Home Depot for some
Dude,
reason.
I mean, because Home Depot was one of the few places, like, I feel your dad on that, because that was one of the few places you could buy, like, the big bags of it.
Right, yeah.
I don't know why Home Depot sold snack foods, I think they still do.
No, they still do.
I don't know why. I, like,
I'm
legit, I have no idea why they do it.
How else are you gonna install your patio if you don't have a Milky Way?
Oh my
I I
gosh.
I just get I can't fathom it. But no, but in all seriousness, yeah. But definitely, I mean, like so going back onto like the Takis, I would
Yeah.
say like the purple bag, which I can't remember exact flavor, but I'm pretty sure the purple bag is like the most iconic flavoring.
That's, like, the
Is
most
like
basic out of all of them, to what I know.
yeah,
So,
it's what if oh sorry, go ahead.
no, no, I was gonna say. So, I mean, I can hear the viewer or listener in the background being like, "Hey, wait! They said they weren't gonna eat something they haven't had before."
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
so we're bending our rule a little bit. We have had Takis before,
Hmm.
but we've never had this flavor before.
Hmm.
So that's really where we're lying on this rule. Like, we're like that's like we technically haven't had this before, so it still counts
No,
as like
definitely. I
we
mean,
have
like
not
it's
eaten it.
like yeah, it's like if we were to for whatever reason we were to like review like foreign snacks or something like that, like
Yeah.
basically something that's not Latino, and then like we were to be like, hey, here are some like barbecue Doritos, which they actually don't sell here, and you might say, oh, well, you've definitely had Doritos, but we've never had
Yeah.
barbecue Doritos. You know what I mean?
Dude, I
So
actually would
like
love to try barbecue Doritos. I'm a huge
I
barbecue fan.
yeah, I've heard that the ones they sell in Canada are really fucking good,
That's a
actually.
venture
Like,
for another day.
yeah.
But
But
yeah, so that's where we are with these Takis right now. So the only thing that's like got me kind of worried is I do enjoy me some spice, but like you win. If I had to say this was on the scale of like okay to let's burn our tongues, you definitely look like you picked something that wants to scorch us.
right.
So
I mean, I definitely like the fact that the actual Takis themselves are on like we're gonna do a primary analysis, right?
yeah,
We're
yeah,
get let's look at this back for a second. So we got a habanero pepper, and then the chips themselves are bright red, and then on the cover they're like on fire.
yeah.
Okay, and
The
then the bag itself is red, and then the Takis flavor. This one is called nitro.
Yeah, see,
So
that's
I
the
mean,
part that's unsettling me. That the fact that they called it nitro. I mean, most of the flavors I eat are the purple and blue.
yeah.
Those are the ones I go for. But
Hmm.
I've never really had the red. Not to mention, I think the red is I don't want to say rare, but it is a less common one.
No, the
At
green
least in the
and
places
purple,
I've
like we
seen.
said. Yeah, the green purple is definitely the more common one. Like if you
Yeah,
go to like a like let's say like a giant or something like that, if they have
yeah,
Takis, it's gonna be the purple one. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Purple and
yeah,
green, like you said. For me, I've had purple and blue. Like I've had the
yeah,
green. I would actively go for purple or blue.
yeah.
But
Pretty much. I
yeah,
never had the blue, but yeah,
red, I would definitely say is a lot more. You have to go to the Latin market to find it, and it's a way more limited thing.
Yeah. These are not suited for let's say westernized palates. Let's say.
I was gonna say, if you cannot, if the spiciest thing you can handle is salt, this is not for you by any means.
Yeah, yeah. But
So yeah,
with that
this
being
one is
said,
definitely going to be a one bite take. Um, yeah, I'm resetting my palate now.
yeah.
Part of me feels like I should have gotten a glass of milk ready for this, but
I mean, I don't know if
yeah.
you know.
Like it's presentation is everything.
Hmm.
So, like, it could be less spicy than we're actually making it, but subtle changes in our minds could make it seem spicier.
Right, exactly.
I don't know if I like this or not, but the dedication to them having lime for every single level of flavor is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All I know is that I would love to see John Cena try these flavors and see how hard he would sweat.
John Cena, does he like
Yeah, he's. Have you not
eat
seen he's
taco?
been like in Taki ads?
No, I've never. Oh wait,
Yeah,
no, wait. Okay, I think I have actually.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen it online that John Cena has become like a really big. He's become kind of big in like the. How do I put it? He's become big in the. Like I would say he's become big in like online ads more than anything. Like
Right.
very very miscellaneous ads. That's the best way to put it.
No, yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to see him try that just to see like how much spice he could actually handle. All right, so I'm ready when you are. Then.
Yep, I got chip in hand.
All right. Get a little bit of that ASMR in.
Yep.
Just
So,
smelling it.
welcome
Wow,
back.
you can smell the corn more than anything. That's what surprises me.
Yeah, I was about to say you actually don't like usually when you inhale like the spice mix, it kind of fucks you up immediately from the get-go. But yeah, this one I don't know. I'm not getting that as much here.
I'm getting a little bit more of the corn and lime flavor smell than anything.
Right.
Like I'm not smelling any spice, so I guess we can try this.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready when you are. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Were you wondering when you're gonna feel spice?
Yeah. I was wondering.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't know if it was maybe I was hyping myself up too much. It's a bit of a letdown.
It's definitely not as nearly as spicy as like, the packaging would sort of lead you to believe.
No. However, I will say this: the lime is strong, and it is not
Yeah.
going down easy. Like that
Sorry.
thing is lingering in both my mouth and my throat.
No, seriously, like the vinegar flavor, like this, no, not like the acidic flavor was definitely very present here.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just it totally dominated the spice flavor. But I mean, I think that was pretty good because like, not to get too graphic, but I literally was like salivating as I was like consuming this. Like
I'll
it
be
just
honest. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate
I
it.
no, I actually liked it a lot. I
I'm
could like.
wondering. I'm wondering if you need to consume more at once
Mhm.
to get like the spiciness, but that kind of takes away points in my book if you have to consume more than one at once to get more spice.
Right.
I will say the spice though is packed inside, not on the outside.
Yeah, because like the spice was not immediately present. I will say that. I definitely got a lot more of like at the beginning it actually did feel a lot like vinegar, which I'm assuming is like part of the mix.
Yeah, it's
Um
either vinegar or like the lemon juice. That's what I was tasting more, or lime
y-
juice more than anything. That's what I
mhm.
was really tasting, the lime.
Yeah, seriously. But honestly, I don't know about you, Zach, but I could actually see myself, eating a serving at a time for this at
Yeah,
least.
I could see
Like,
this like as a side for like parties and stuff where you have the chip platters and things. I could see that as
oh
just like
yeah.
I'd grab a handful, put it on my
Hmm.
plate, and I'd be good to go.
Yeah, no, seriously, like I could like um kind of reminds me of the Jumex. Like I would definitely like eat this over the course of like a night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
This
not
is
eating
not
like
something.
I'm not eating like 10 or 15 of these in like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Definitely not.
This is not like the heat I thought. And maybe it's
Mm,
just your and I's resistance to spicy. Like I feel like
hmm.
spicy is at least a little subjective.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
But like
You know,
for
because
me, excuse me,
you good.
sorry about that. Uh, see, it's trying to come back out.
Huh.
No, but like for me, this is not. I'd be okay with snacking on this, really.
No, same actually. Like, um, I definitely think I personally, for me, even though it's not that spicy, I think it definitely gives you enough. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
yeah,
I think this
it's
would
not like
probably. No, go ahead.
no. I was just gonna say it's not like it's totally bland. Like, we're not trying to make it seem like that. It's just that like, um, for like what at least what I'm accustomed to, it's definitely not something I can't handle. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. No, we've definitely had spicier snacks, if not food.
yeah,
For me, I definitely think like I think what it probably is that over time, like if you snacked on a few or you eat a bunch at once, that's where you're gonna feel the spiciness, and like it's not gonna be like leaving it on the chip alone, like a single one, is not gonna get you the I guess spiciness satisfaction that you'd think.
oh yeah, no, definitely not. If you're so like basically like if you're looking for like something super spicy and you have like a palate for spicy food, this is not for you, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah,
This is definitely more of like a this is more of a hey, if you get the chance, pick it up and try it, and if you're a spicy person. But this is not something that's like going to challenge your spice level. Like if I honestly had to say on a scale of like 1 to 10 for spice alone, at max, I would say this is like 5.
fair. Yeah.
At least in my head. In like I said, in my head. Like again, maybe Javi and I have a little bit more of a resistance to spice. I will
Hmm.
say though, this is still not for someone who. This is still definitely not for someone who the spiciest thing they can handle is salt.
For sure. No, I definitely feel that. Um,
Like I said, I still feel it in my throat, but it's
mhm.
not like a burning sensation. It's more like, hey, it's still there.
Yeah, it's like a tingle. For me, it was like a more of like a tingling sensation
Yeah,
more
yeah,
than
that's
anything.
essentially what I have. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I mean, it could be better. Could be better.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Um.
but
If I had to give this a score, I'll let you go first on this one.
honestly, I feel bad because like if the Alemana doesn't save us, I feel like nothing's gonna get an A
Yeah.
for me. Because like this personally for me is like if we were to put this compare this to like other Takis, this is like C tier for me. But
Yeah. Yeah.
as an actual snack itself, like we have to okay, I have to acknowledge something, right? Like it's like Takis is like goat tier. Like Takis,
Yeah.
the purple one, that is the goat right there. Like I love that.
I feel like I would have to try the purple and blue again to see which one I like more.
Hmm.
The problem with the blue one is that it's a very limited release, and it's really
I,
hard to find.
it's so funny you mentioned that because like I went to Las Palmeras obviously yesterday and they had like racks of purple and green, but there was only one blue one there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. And what I mean one like Takis, I literally mean like one bag of like blue Takis. So like that should tell you everything you need to know about like,
Yeah.
like how rare that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back to like my actual score, I would say as an actual snack itself, I think it's still pretty good. I have to
It's a
give it like at
decent
least like a
snack. Yeah.
70 to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's what's saving it for me is that can still be a decent snack. So a 70
Hmm.
for you. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually pretty generous.
Yeah.
If I had to say, okay, so like this would definitely be something I'd be okay packing, or if I have a slow afternoon, I could snack on some of them.
Hmm.
67.
Okay.
Yeah, 67. That's what I definitely want to. I would say we go with, cause like I can't say it would be anything else.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Told you, it's hanging around in my throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it's not a burn
Definitely.
or anything. It's just a tingle.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 67. I'm sticking with that.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if we do an average of that, that would be 68.5 because 67 plus 70 would be
yeah, yeah.
137. And then if you round that up, that's 69. So nice.
Nice. So I think that's our second one because I think the
Yeah.
cheeky was also 69.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah. The Goya cookie, I think ours was like 93 was our average or something like that.
Was it a
And
93?
because I gave it a 95, you gave it a 90. Or no,
Oh,
I gave it a
okay.
90 and I think you gave it an 85.
Yeah,
So
so it
never
would have
mind.
been like, yeah,
Give,
yeah.
give me a sec. I'm having trouble remembering.
It's good.
88 really is like 87.5, 88 rounded up.
Hmm.
So that's still our best one for right now.
Yeah, but I
Um,
mean, to be fair, I think it deserves it.
oh
To
yeah,
be
yeah,
honest.
no, I agree, I agree. Like I'm not unhappy with that score of an average of 88.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, then I can't remember what we gave the Jumex. I just know it definitely wasn't as high.
No, definitely not.
Um, okay, so so I picked this last one,
Hmm.
and Javi, to when you have something spicy, at least in Latin tradition, you know what the best thing to follow up spicy food is with?
A very nice bread.
Exactly. So, a friend recommended this to us actually, to try out Alemana because this is one I actually haven't seen before. Like I've seen a lot of the sweetbreads, and there
Hmm.
are so many out there, but this was one I hadn't heard about. So I definitely say we try this out and see how it goes. So, just looking at it, it looks like a little round circle, almost like a cornbread thing, like at a first glance.
Right. I don't know if you've had it, but do you know what a quequito is?
No, I have not actually. I have not heard of that
It's
one.
essentially it's a smaller version of a muffin. And it's basically like that. It's like a plain muffin, but this one like
Oh,
kind of
okay,
reminds me of
yeah.
that.
No, no, no. Okay, I've seen those. I've never known what they're called.
That might have to be for the next episode then,
Yeah, and
or the
if
next
we ever do a
installment
part
in the
three,
series.
if
Yeah,
we ever
yeah.
do a part three, we may come back to this. If you guys want to see us, let us know. Comment down and
Uh,
comment below, and let us know if you guys want us to see it. And if not,
Also,
tag
some
us.
recommendations.
Yeah, if not, tag us at Zach the SF or at Mango Consumer on Twitter and say, hey, we would love to hear another episode about this stuff.
I absolutely would love another excuse to go to the Palmeiras or to Lotte.
Yeah, just
Don't worry about
any Latin
it.
market really. Like there are a bunch of Latin
Yeah.
markets in our area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um. So yeah. Let's pop this. Let's pop this open and give it a shot.
Okay.
So yeah. Again, looking at this, it looks like it comes in its own little like wrapper and like almost. It almost looks like a muffin top. I want to say.
Yeah.
No, it's more like no. Think about it if you took a cupcake and smushed it to be just a disc. That's the best
I
way
was
to
about to
describe
say
it.
you flatten like a muffin or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So remember, this is a one bite take, and once again, per like tradition, we have something super flaky.
Yeah. I'm getting a bunch of crumbles all over my
Oh yeah,
keyboard.
yeah. That's why I appreciate the wrapper because it's holding back so much right now.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. This is like our first non-crunchy thing I think we've had this entire time.
Seriously.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, Zach, actually, no,
Wow.
here, you
That
speak
is
first.
that's a bread.
That is bread. I will say that. Zach, what do you think of this bread?
Okay. So it definitely surprised me because it
Okay.
fell apart so easily in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like
Um. for-
I took that first bite and it's just like it turned to dust in my mouth.
Yeah, I would say for me the most notable aspect of the texture was the way it fell apart in your mouth, and
Yeah.
not only that, it's not only is it I don't know about you, but for me it was pretty dry, and
Yeah.
like
No. No. This is definitely a dry bread.
yeah, yeah. So like, and then like when you're like eating in your mouth, it comes together in like a sort of way that it like wants to like clump together,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
not like a sort of like pleasant texture, especially like as it's going down your throat. So I will say that I definitely feel like very similarly to like I'll say this. This is the one that needs like a beverage the most, I will say.
Yes, 100%, 100%. And thank goodness we have our water.
Yeah, like we were talking about like how the Goya and Tentacion and like the Chikis are like probably best enjoyed with
Yeah.
like a beverage. This I think the beverage is a requirement.
Yeah, yeah. I will say I didn't hate the flavor. The flavor was
No,
pretty good.
I would say the flavor was. I would say. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because like in my mind I was thinking of a
Yeah.
Kakito. But like for me the flavor was it was okay. It was
It
fine.
it almost reminded me a little bit of a quesadilla.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
Um,
for those who don't know, like when you're thinking quesadilla, you probably think of like the Mexican dish or like the Tex-Mex thing of like two tortillas and then cheese and meat or veggies stuffed in between. No, that's not. In a lot of other Latin America, actually, quesadilla is a torta or like a bread that's very cheesy and sweet.
yes. It's very circular in the same way that this one is, and it also has what is it? Sesame seeds on top usually when you buy it.
Yeah, yeah. Depends where
So
you go. Depends where you go. In some regions, like they will have sesame seeds, while others will have like it'll be like completely smooth within. Like
yeah, and it also has a more like sort of crispy exterior, and I would
yeah.
say the actual inside is much more pleasant, I would say, than this, to
Oh
be
yeah.
honest.
Oh yeah. I
It's
think the
very
closest.
buttery. Yeah.
No, the closest thing really that I can think of that would be to a quesadilla, like for those who would like a close experience, would definitely be pound cake. Like, I don't know if you agree or disagree with that, but like, yeah, it would be pound cake.
Okay, yeah. No, I would agree. No, I would actually agree with that. Man, now that you say pound cake, I haven't had a pound cake in a long time. You know how
Yeah.
Costco sells like those three loaves
Oh
and like the
yeah. Oh
single
yeah.
like
Yeah.
oh boy, I would I could go through that.
Yeah.
Let's
No
just say
kidding.
that. Oh man.
Yeah. But like, tasting this through, it's like, um, pound cake would probably be the closest. And actually, this doesn't taste that far from a pound cake. I would say this
Hmm.
is the thing is pound cake is probably far sugarier.
No, definitely. Yeah, this
Yeah.
one is a lot more of a subtle flavor.
Yeah. Again, don't hate it, but like you said, this would definitely need a beverage. This is probably meant to be with like coffee or something.
Absolutely. That's what I'm thinking. Is like this is
Yeah.
like a bread you have with your coffee for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And this isn't like a bread you dip in. This is like you bite and then sip your coffee.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So, the flavor is what's saving it for me. What I didn't like is
Mm,
that it hung around in my mouth way too long. Like, and I mean that
right.
like as soon as I bit, I told you guys like it turned to dust. And so like when it did that, it was hanging out way too long because it felt like I had to take forever to chew it because the dust is still moving around and stuff.
Right.
So I don't know. I say if I had to give this a score, I think I would give it 73.
73.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I like I said, flavor is the only thing saving it for me.
Right.
And
Is
like if
that
it wasn't for the flavor probably makes up at least 40 points of this.
yeah.
Yeah, and so like after that, it's all downhill from there.
Right. Zach, I'm gonna shock you here for a bit.
Okay.
Um, Based off of everything we've said so far,
Yeah.
the texture of it, the way it kind of like sticks around for too long, and also how like it wants to like stay together, and so
Yeah.
like it clumps up, and like it doesn't have a great. It doesn't feel good to eat it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And based off the fact that the flavor itself isn't for me that much of a saving grace. The flavor is fine,
Yeah.
it is sweet, um, you know, but based off everything like that, I'm just gonna say this is gonna be a 50 for me.
Wow, really? A
Yeah,
50?
this for
Wow.
me, just off the texture alone. If the texture were better, it would definitely be a lot higher because the
Yeah,
flavor
yeah.
itself it's nice. But
If it didn't turn to dust, it would be way better.
But yeah, like if this had like a smidge of better texture, if it were like more like a quesadilla or like I was saying a caquito, it would easily be like a 60 or even like a 65. But but no,
So that would
it
be
just
a 61.5 on average
yep.
for us. Wow. That is a actual huge surprise for me there.
And I think that's also like the largest like difference in like scores I think we've given.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. Like it still it doesn't leave a bad aftertaste in my mouth, which is what I appreciate. And like at first it was leaving some dust behind, but then that dust kind of disappeared. So I'm like, okay, I can not dock it as many points as I have. So like 73 is like the best I'm willing. I'm going off of my best score.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and 73 would be the best I can give it.
Okay.
But yeah, if you plan to have this is something you definitely want to have. Like you're buying it essentially for the next day, or you have a coffee or something in the car ready to go.
Yeah, like literally if you go to like a supermarket to get this, it's like just go ahead and grab a drink while you're already there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like you might as
yeah.
well. Um
No
like
kidding.
Yeah, grab a Doritos. Maybe that's something we should do next time.
Oh yeah,
Actually, have you had a flavor of Doritos that you haven't had
yeah,
before?
yeah.
Okay, yeah,
There.
because
I've had like at least 3 or 4 of the flavors.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just a matter of whether or not I find them. You know, like
Hmm.
yeah. Off the top of my head, it's 3 or 4 that I've had.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so it looks like I would think out of everything we went through, Goya cookies won.
Which I kind of expected, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Goya
Yeah.
cookies are just good.
Hmm.
Um, they are just like they held up in most categories. Like I said, I think it's just with everything we had just had some form of dust behind it.
Yeah, it's just like like literally like it just what was I trying to say? It just didn't hold up in a way, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Fun fact, real quick about those Goya cookies, and I was telling you this before we started recording. I shared
Hmm.
my Goya cookies with my family after we were done, and like immediately as like by the next morning today, like
Hmm.
by midday, honestly, midday, more than half was gone.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I'm not even surprised.
I mean, it's like I mean, if I'd be more shocked if there was like less, if it didn't take more, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I would have been shocked had there been more than like 3/4 of it left behind.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I kind of expected. And I'm like, okay, I better eat some while I can. But I grab a few.
So before we round this off, Zach, what did you think
Yeah.
of this experience so far?
It was interesting. Maybe next time if we do ever do this again, if people want us to do this again, I
Hmm.
say we get maybe more of a variety of things because we did a
Right,
lot
yeah.
of cookies and sweet things.
Hmm. We could
So
look at like,
maybe
yeah. So like, just off the top of my head, like we could do maybe like yogurt or something like that, or
yeah,
like
yogurts
sort of
or
like,
I would also argue like chips of some kind.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, like that would probably maybe something also salty.
right,
So
yeah.
yeah, that would be is what I would argue for.
Right, but Zach, unless you have anything else to add, I think this is a good place to drop
No,
off for
yeah,
now.
just you guys remember for the YouTubes, remember like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you guys thought of the episode. And if you have anything else, please do let us know. Uh, and if you guys have any foods you want us to try, just leave it in the comments, and we will try and look it over and see if there's actually something we can grab near our local markets. See what we can find, and we have international markets too. So, I mean, I'm always down to try something new.
Absolutely. With that being said,
Yeah.
thank you again, guys, for tuning in. We really appreciate the support, and thank you. Well, yeah, and then please tune in for the next episode, which will be, well, who knows, because this is unscheduled. So, with that being said, guys, thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.